stay conservative, run the ball here on third down.
Here's Richardson. He takes it in for his first NFL touchdown. And Pittman takes it inside the 20, the 10, towards the end zone. Touchdown on 2nd and 28. The Colts capitalize. Richardson to Pittman, 39 yards.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Leroy. Got my guy Zach. Got Damon here with me. And we are finally back, man. We've been going for a little bit. Had a lot of stuff going on for a little while here. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. I'm going to get this shit around. How my guys doing tonight? How's Zach and Damon? How y'all doing tonight, man?
Good.
I'm good, bro. Good.
Sometimes you got to leave that, you got to let it simmer a little bit, with the Colts news, football in general. I mean, it's that awkward part of the year where we've talked everything about the prospects. We're waiting for training camp to start. So just super minimal stuff about football. So, but now it's getting close to go time. What are we, a week out of training camp?
Yeah, next Monday.
Week out of training camp. So it's time. This is my favorite part of the year. One of my favorite parts.
Yes, sir. We can't wait to get started. We also going to get that going as far as a roster prediction, everything too at some point here. Please excuse me, everybody still sharing this around. But yeah, man, I moved as well. Had to do a big move out of nowhere, kind of came out of left field. But yeah, finally got moved, settled in and everything. What's up, Chad? Got Chad first here in the comments as he usually does. But yeah, so yeah, I moved. Matt has moved. He's still working, getting that stuff going down with his family, selling all out. He's a special guest as of right now. Trev is very busy. And then Zach finally has not been busy. He's taking a little break here.
I'm on vacation this week, boys.
And Damon is always living as usual, man. He's got the most interesting life of all. So, yeah. But Damon made it tonight, so appreciate him for coming, man. But hope everybody is doing good. We're going to have a Colts prediction, scheduled prediction for y'all tonight. We're going to have that going. But yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about anything that's been going on, anything that's piqued y'all interest and stuff. I don't know if y'all have been seeing a bunch of the stuff that we've been getting a lot of love from NFL Network, which is crazy, or not NFL Network, the NFL pages sharing Anthony Richardson and showing how good he can be. PFF has been showing us a lot of love. It's really weird for me because I'm not used to it at all. But anything that y'all have seen that's piqued y'all interest over the last month or so here?
I think people are waking up. Go ahead, Zach.
I was going to say from the fantasy aspect of it, like the AR hype. Dude,
it's almost too much.
Yeah, mm-hmm. I feel like you're kind of overselling because, we as fans, we got to temper our expectations because essentially this is AR's rookie year. And I know, DeMarco, I asked you, hey, if I play a fantasy this year, is AR worth my time? Is he worth going out and get? And you're like, before he got hurt, 25 points a game, my guy. So in that aspect, if he's giving me that from a fantasy aspect, I'm going to take that. But from a Colts fan aspect, no one wants that. Man, we got all these trash-ass Titans fan in here. Win the division title, win a Super Bowl. Till then, loosen up and get out of here, bro. Loosen up, tighten up. Hey, get ran all over. Tighten up that defense, my guy. Tighten up that defense. Because Sweat looking like a bust. Dude can't even practice.
I like Sweat, man. We got to do our division predictions as well, or rosters, as far as that go. But what about you, Damon? Anything you got there?
It's not hard to put two and two together. You know what I mean? I think, and we were overlooked last year because that. Unfortunately, I feel like a lot of our hype train and a lot of the focus on our team died whenever, AR went out for the season, but people didn't realize that we still have one of the most high-scoring, firepower aspected offenses in the league with a game-managing quarterback. So I think people are starting to realize we're getting some maturity that our offense, you're getting AR back. He was electric. He would have been the rookie of the year. He beat up on C.J. Stroud. I'm going to keep talking my shit. People are realizing. Now, going back off of what Zach said, I'm kind of in the same boat exactly. But at the same time, I'd rather it be fantasy stuff.
Right.
And not be over the top, Super Bowl predictions and anything like that. So,
we ain't done shit when it comes to actual on the field for a long time. Like we've been little brother. We've been always second, bridesmaid or third in the division. We haven't really put a stamp on the division. And I know right now the division is in Houston. And before that, it was when, Vrabel had all them dogs in Tennessee. But I truly feel like this is a changing of the guard. This is our time. Like, offensively, we have the best, in my opinion, the best play caller in the division. You have the best quarterback in the division. You have.
Well, who has the best quarterback?
We do. Indy does. Indy has the best quarterback in the division. We already have Jonathan Taylor. He's a known commodity. Defensively is where it starts. I'm not worried about our front seven. Our front seven is fine. It's can our corners and safeties hold up? Because whether we like it or not, at the receiver spot, every team in our division got better. When, Tennessee got the old heads, Houston got, Diggs and them dogs. Jacksonville's Jacksonville. It don't really matter who you put in front of Trevor Lawrence. He goes out there and throws it. So, in my opinion, this is the year that the Colts put up or shut up, or it's going to be more of the same. I know it's only year 2, but to go out and preach continuity, we're bringing everybody back, especially when you had the money to go out and get better and add additions, and you really only chose to bring in Roquan Davis. To me, that says, hey, we really like the guys we have. We think we're this close. So we better be this close, because anything less than that next step, like I said, 11 wins. Anything less than 11 wins, I'm not satisfied as a Colts fan.
We got to get back to being a dominant football team, bro. And that's in like, I hate to even bring this up, but I mean, you look back at Andrew Luck's even last couple of years, we weren't a dominant football team. We willed our way to win games, you know what I mean, by the skin of our teeth every game. But I always reference back to like Reggie Wayne talking about whenever they get the schedule every year, they'd put it up and they would laugh 3/4 of the schedule, circle one game, laugh, circle one game. We got to get back to that, man. That's what we got to get back to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever going to be a possibility anymore. I personally don't. If you think back to the days where Reggie Wayne was talking about that, our entire division was crap. Jacksonville was crap. Texans were crap. Tennessee had a couple good years. Had a couple good years in there, but they were pretty much crap a lot of the time. So we were beating up on a bad division. This is no longer going to be that. So
no, this is
I think this division will be one of the most competitive, if not the most. Me personally, I'm saying the most. It will be the most competitive division in football next year, in my opinion, even over the AFC North. But it's just that I expect it to be one of those. But I do got to say, Zach, that's kind of contradictory what you said there when you said we got to lower our expectations, but 11 wins is the with
AR being his rookie year, like because he's only played 4 games. Like I don't expect him to come out and be like Mahomes and have an MVP year, but I mean as a whole, I think if AR plays within himself and even has a solid year, I think 11 wins is as a team is. But for AR, I don't expect a CJ Stroud type season. That's otherworldly.
That's much more reasonable, and I mean I could expect a CJ Stroud season. I mean I think I don't want to call it overrated because I think a rookie season, what he did, throwing 23 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions, having that kind of ratio. Some of the games that he had where he had 500 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, stuff like that.
Garbage time.
I don't think 23 touchdowns and under 5,000 yards is anything spectacular. Just in my opinion, personally, I think he had a really good season. But the way people talk about it is if you would have thought that, everything was over the top. And I mean, you look at some of the other guys. I mean, he wasn't top 10 in touchdowns. He wasn't top 10 in yards. He wasn't top 10 in a lot of stats. So I don't know. I just don't put it that high as many people think. And I think that if he doesn't excel to an even higher level and get to 30 touchdowns and 5,000 yards, their season kind of is a letdown. In my opinion.
I feel like they've done enough where he don't have to, though, bro. I mean, you went out and they improved the offensive line, and they went out and got Joe Mixon. So, they're not asking him to throw for 5K.
But see, the thing is, their offensive line wasn't bad last year. They got hurt. So, I mean, you can bring in whoever you want. I mean, injuries are still possibilities. So, I mean, I don't want to make this all about them. I'm just saying that I don't necessarily think that it has to be anything too wild. I think from what we've seen from Anthony Richardson in his 4 partial games that he played, we saw a guy that can be absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think all this guy has to do is stay on the field for 15, 16
Yeah.
games. And like you said, I think 11 wins is definitely the bar. As Chad stated there, 10 plus win season. DTV is saying what's up. My guy Trey from the chat in there, he in here. Got some comments there. But yeah, so I think that's going to be one of those things. But again, like I said, I think this will both be the most competitive division in football. I have everybody in this division at a minimum 7 wins or more. Literally
See, I
everybody
don't.
all over again. But I have more wins for Indy and Houston than last year.
I think. I mean, my bold prediction in the division, dude. I think Peterson's gonna get fired this year. I see
Who?
that Doug Peterson. I could see that
Really?
Jags
coming,
coach.
dude. I mean, there's back-to-back collapses that fault of his own. Horrible, you know.
They fired their defensive coordinator, right? And they brought some
And
new guy in.
They did. But I mean, if you look at that offense has not taken a step forward, and they do have firepower at nearly every position. You know what I mean? Receiving core, they have Evan Ingram, I believe, still.
Right.
I think their receiving core got worse personally, but if you ask some Jags fans, they think it did get better. They had a lot of receiver errors with Calvin Ridley. I mean, they wanted him back, but they just felt like he made a lot of mistakes that cost them games. But in my opinion, personally, I don't really. I personally just don't think what they did they got better. I feel like if anything, it stayed the same, if not got worse. But I do. Y'all know I love Brian Thomas Jr. So I think if he can be what I thought, just like I thought with D'Amico and CJ Stroud last year, I think the Jags really got something there.
Yeah, but you haven't seen Trevor Lawrence take a step at all. Not since his rookie year, at all. He
No,
is
he
his ceiling is Chad Pennington, bro. His
Oh,
floor is
no.
Gardner.
No,
Homie, don't do him like that.
Yeah.
Chad Pennington got hurt. That's the only reason why Chad won't shit. I mean, Trevor's better than that, but
I disagree.
I feel like Trevor
Show
holds
me.
himself back.
Show me how
He's
he's
not
been better.
clutch.
Show me how he's
That's
been
the
better.
That's the problem.
Chad Pennington
That's the
led
problem.
that Jets team to be the best team in his
Hey,
division.
Hold on, Zach.
Tom
I'll
Brady.
let you go real quick, but I just want to state something. So we got to remember, as much as I talk a lot of trash about Trevor Lawrence because of everybody calling him generational and stuff like that.
Right.
But I do believe that he needs a pass still, even though he got paid. He needs a pass because of that atrocious rookie season
Yeah.
he had to deal with Urban Meyer and everything that was going on there. I'm pretty sure I think he got hurt like 2 or 3 times that season alone, then had to change over, actually have a rookie season that was pretty good. And then coming into this next season, he had them at 8-3 before his injuries came. And, I think some of their weapons and designs and stuff, they needed to change up who was calling plays and stuff. They didn't make some changes. So I get your point, Damon, to some situations that they need to change there, which I think their offense might even look a little bit better, even though I think their receiving core took a step back. But I just think that Trevor Lawrence still should get a bit of a pass. Not to say that, Chad Pennington, but I think he just has some issues in his way.
Trevor Lawrence got overhyped with pedigree coming out of arguably Clemson, and at the time played on one of the greatest college football teams
Ever.
that we'd seen. So I feel like, yeah, he was tagged the next Andrew Luck. He was tagged, like one of those dudes. But he also went to a terrible situation in Jacksonville. They've not had a franchise QB essentially ever, unless you're going to throw Mark Brunell in there.
That's it.
And I mean, that's it. So like, he's the first one. Now, that being said, he's not done himself I can agree with you. He's not done himself any favors because he don't have that clutch gene. He's the kind of dude I don't see him elevating a guys
Players
around him to get better.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I don't see him taking that step.
Bro,
Even though
my
Chad
deal.
Pennington was always hurt, he was always able to get, when he played, he was able to get that extra bit out of guys, and that would make the difference. So in that aspect, I do agree. He's kind of mid, but in other aspects, he's really the first one. So it's hard to sit here and say bro's washed, bro's trash,
I'm not
because
saying that. I'm not saying that at all, bro.
situation's garbage.
I'm not saying that though. But here's the thing: if AR doesn't show up this next season and pull some, some stuff like Trevor Lawrence, you're gonna hear the exact same stuff. That's all I'm trying to say. You see what I mean? So, like,
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
an
but I
unfortunate
don't.
situation.
Me personally, I don't care about hearing the stuff though, because it goes back to just like what I just said about Trevor Lawrence not really being given a shot. Anthony Richardson lost his entire rookie season. So just like Zach said before, we're basically watching his rookie season all over again until we get to about week 12. And again, he has to prove that he can stay healthy. And I mean, this is not just to all the other fans that want to trash talk about his shoulder and whatnot. This is to us as well, because we need to know if we got our guy. I mean, even though I believe we do, I mean, if you're not on the field, then you're not doing us no good. So it's like, I just think that, again, it goes back to what I say to you guys all the time. I think quarterbacks get way too much blame. They get way too much credit. And this is where it all comes from. And it comes from the fans throwing stuff at him. So I just think, like, I mean, I don't want to see the guy go crazy, because obviously he's in our division. We got to compete with him. He kills us every time he plays.
It's crazy to think, dude, that this Jaguars team 3 years ago, from the outside looking in, was supposed to be the dynasty of this division. It was.
Yeah.
It was. And now you can make the argument they might be the last team in the division. I'm being honest. Because let me finish. Because we're gonna go through this division stuff. So I know we got hung up there. The Tennessee Titans are a wild card to me, and here's why. They're gonna give Will Levis the keys and tell him, take this team as far as you can. That could be 0 and whatever. That could be a 4-win team. That could be a 6-win team. That could be a 7-8-win team. Whatever that may be. That's a wild card in my opinion. They have a lot of stuff going on new on their end. Their front office took a complete dump. They got new people in there. They have a fairly new roster. Couple old veteran signings not crazy about. Those are the type of teams that can end up catching up on you and go win 7-8 games. So like I said, they're a wild card to me. I'm not making any predictions for them. The Houston Texans, I don't know. They made every roster move that I would love us to had made if we would have seen a full rookie season of Anthony Richardson. You go get your star-studded wide receiver. I don't want to hear nothing about Stephon Diggs either. Let's just leave it at that. Dude went for 1,500 yards. They went and got a 1,000-yard rusher. Now they got a legitimate Pro Bowl, All-Pro rusher behind him. They upgrade the offensive line. They have a quarterback now coming into year 2.
And they went out and got a premier pass rusher in Daniel Hunter. So that's
where I'm leaving it at.
Yeah.
I don't think they changed too much from John Bernard, but that's just me. I think when you look all over the place, what you see is you got the Texans, who everybody has got them slated as Super Bowl or bust at this point. Then you got Indianapolis. You got Indianapolis, who everybody thinks is the major wild card. We could be one of the best teams in the NFL. We could be one of the worst teams in the NFL if Anthony Richardson doesn't pan out. You got Jacksonville Jaguars. Pretty much the same thing. They could be one of the best, or they could be one of the worst. And then you got Tennessee, where Tennessee is like, well, they've added so many pieces and changed over to this roster. Who knows what they could be? Like you said, they're the ultimate wild card, to where some people are thinking, man, if Will Levis turns out to be a guy, Tennessee could really have something going there. And if not, they might be looking at Shador for the next upcoming season. So, I mean, I just think it's wild cards all over the place. The thing that I think that's the best about most for this upcoming season, I don't look at anybody in this division and say, wow, that roster is shit. That's what I appreciate the most, personally. No, don't give me that look. I don't think anybody's roster is trash. There's no way.
Offensively for Tennessee, I think it's subpar. Defensively, I think it's on par.
No way,
dude.
They got Tajay Spears. Bad knees. But he was elite last year as far as a rookie goes.
In limited carries, and then they got older. Carries.
Then
and
they
got
add
older.
Tony Pollard. They add another 1,000-yard back. They brought in one of the best offensive line coaches in the league. Will Levis,
Sure.
I mean, he had, the 4-touchdown game and then kind of limped
and
off
then
down there.
fell off.
But they
And then they
added
got
receivers.
older.
They added receivers. They added receivers to that roster and got better. And then you think about it, they bring in Callahan. They go screens all day. You look at their running backs. I think the Tennessee Titans might be. I'm telling you right now, the Tennessee Titans might be one of the most explosive teams in the NFL. I'm not saying. I'm just telling you, bro. I'm telling you what I see. Like I'm looking at it all objectively.
We're on the same page, DeMarco. That's what I was trying to say. That's what I was trying to say. That's the type of team that you let fly on the radar, and they end up like the Detroit Lions.
Didn't he have arthritis in the knees? That's why I say he got bad knees. Bad knees, but he played Todd Gurley.
Yeah, but I'm telling you right now, they're going to get him out in space. He's not running between the tackles like Derrick Henry. He's not going to take a lot of hits. I'm telling you right now, they're going to be. And then you look at the receivers, Calvin Ridley. It's going to be tough covering him one-on-one. D-Hop, he's still one of those guys that can play. Tyler Boyd, I personally do not like Tyler Boyd, but he's still one of the top slot receivers in this league. So you can't just discredit
their defense is more scary than their offense, in my opinion.
No way.
Their offense don't bother me.
You were lying,
homie. Their offense don't bother me. Their defense, I'll give it to them. They got some dogs on the defensive side of the ball. That's Tennessee football, but offensively. Soft like Charmin, dog. Soft like Charmin.
I don't think they're going to be soft at all. I don't think you're ever going to see that from the Tennessee Titans team. I don't care who's there, who's playing, who the coach. That's just their franchise. They've never been soft. They may be a bad team or whatever. They may have sloppy players. They may have bad players, but they've never been soft. That's not something that we can associate with the Titans. But what I will tell you, I'm not saying that they're scary. I'm just saying that if this is a team that you sleep on, I promise you, bro, they're going to drop points on you very quickly. I'm talking. Look at the players that they have. They are going to be an explosive team. I don't know how many points they're going to score. I don't know how efficient they're going to be, but I'm telling you right now, this team has the capability to be a top 5 explosive team in the NFL. I'm dead serious. Not sleeping on them at all. So I'm just saying, when you go to play them, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Look at any team in this division.
Homie, didn't you just say you hated Will Levis? Now you're trying to sit here and tell me you think Will Levis is going to lead that off? Well, no, bro. DeMarco.
I said if Will Levis comes to play, I said they're the ultimate wild card because they could be looking for Shador.
I'm on the exact same page.
But they also have the ability to be one of the teams that can score at will. And I'm not even talking about Will Levis don't have to throw the ball 30, 40 yards.
Right. It's going to be a pick.
He can dump a screen for 3 yards in Tajay Spears, and these guys can go for 80.
I don't see it. I don't see it just because I don't see Callahan. Callahan, as offensive coordinator, had Joe Burrow, one of the best. And I don't see – I truly think he's going to sit here and try and do that same shit as he is with Joe Burrow. And Levis ain't Joe. So
once you hear my prediction, you're going to think maybe it's a little bit off. But I'm just telling you right now, I just think that they have enough pieces that, like, if you were to say, like –
I think 7 wins is a stretch, dog. I have them at 5 on the year.
I think you sleeping on what I'm saying what they have the abilities to do.
Probably
once we do our season prediction on them, I think it'll make it a bit more sense and whatnot. But I just think that what they have the capability. Like if you were to put, I'm not trying to go top tier or anything like that. Like if you were to put Trevor Lawrence in that offense right now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, I think they have the capability. They could probably be a top 3 offense.
That's fair. I really think it starts and ends with Levis.
I'm just exactly. Yeah. I'm just saying what they have the capability to do. So that's why I'm just saying I don't think there's anybody in this division personally that offensively you can sleep on. You sleep on any team in this division offensively, you about to get put 30 is going to be on your head quickly. That's just where I'm at with that.
Yeah. I'm sleeping heavy on Tennessee. We know it's the one team in this division I can't stand. Their fans, all of them, bro.
Yeah,
Like they're all a bunch of inbred hillwomps, like all of them.
Oh.
So like, that's just how I feel about them.
I just think you got some hate for him, but we can jump to some other ones real quick, man. Yeah, he's saying cut Mo. Most Colts fans have been on this train for a while. Damon's ready to cut anybody. If you ain't performing like right then and now, Damon got a short leash for you. So if he feels we can get something else, like in the off season when you can make moves, and he feel like you ain't performing, Damon's ready to get rid of you. He
You must not know.
care.
I'm associate GM
But,
Zach Davis.
But
Dude, facts.
we've been ready to off Mo. Dave Stewart is saying here sometimes teams like Houston make all those changes and it doesn't work exactly.
Like the Colts,
that's
we went and got Hakeem Nicks, Frank Gore,
all those guys,
Andre
all
Johnson,
those old guys, and thought we were going to a Super Bowl, and it was like, you old, bro. And so
but
again,
at the same time, sometimes it can help and it can work. You know what I mean? So
exactly, it's a double-edged sword.
We're not going to sit here and say that Stephon Diggs is going to show up and be Andre Johnson 2.0. For all we know, guy's going to come out and have a great season. But yeah, I'm on track.
Yeah, exactly. So there's that one there. Yeah, man, I'm letting him know. He just hates the Titans, so I don't think he looks at them objectively.
Bro, I hate Tennessee. Like I can't.
He not looking at y'all objectively. He looking at y'all like he don't like y'all.
I can't be. It's the one team I can't be unbiased about.
Yeah,
it hurts to give them flowers. It really does.
He just saw my prediction for him. I just posted it in that group chat, but I think it can go any way. I don't think any team in this division personally is very far off. We got Jacob Hillenbrand saying that the Colts fan living here in Nashville. I disagree with Zach. I have no idea what to expect from the Titans. Exactly. I think it can go up or down, but either way, I think you gotta know that you cannot sleep on this team's ability anywhere on the field. Jacob was saying here, Titans have a better O-line, gets better. Nothing else is going to work. Better. Hope their offensive line get better. Yeah, exactly. I think that goes for pretty much anybody in this division as well. I think all of us know, like we've seen what happened to us from 2023 season to 2024. We see what happens with Matt Ryan and when the O-line's playing down and they're not really feeling it. We see where we go from 4 wins to 9 just in 1 year with the offensive line playing better. Same thing with Trevor Lawrence and the Jags. They kind of had their issues with offensive line all season, and then boom, Trevor Lawrence gets hurt. And even worse, Will Levis couldn't really get to see who he was because the offensive line was so bad last year. And then even
coffee, man.
Yeah, and then even CJ Stroud, he learned to work through it a little bit more, kind of Andrew Luckish, navigating a bad injured offensive line and kind of making do with what he had to get them along. But again, I just think that any team that you sleep on in this division will be the downfall for you. But we'll see how it goes, man. I can't wait to get to the I don't know if we'll do division or if we'll do NFL wide, but can't wait to get to it as a whole. See how that goes as far as predictions. Anything else on anything else there to add to that? Or y'all want to jump into these predictions?
Let's get these predictions, bro, because it's the same thing like last year.
All right. Let's see.
Yeah,
we might be a little slow here.
I love all the hate we get when we do these prediction stuff. Like,
all right. We're gonna get what everybody came here for tonight. So we're gonna get the predictions going. We're gonna start this off right. We'll just go in order right now and kind of just kind of flip back and forth this way. I think that'll be pretty cool. Zach, since you're at the top, we got week 1. Houston is coming to Indy. Indianapolis. We know we haven't won in week 1, and I'm forgetting the year by this point. I think it's been about 10 years.
Zach was a kid.
The one time we had the chance to do it, we tied with the goddamn Texans. So, Zach, what you got week 1?
I don't think we do it again this year. I think they beat us. They beat us at home.
All right. I'm going with the W. I think we beat the Houston Texans at home. That's what I got for us week 1. It looks like Chad is saying Indy over Houston 27-17. What you got, Damon?
I got an L.
Ooh, you got a loss too?
Yeah, I think we split home and home.
Ugh, I hate y'all. I don't like that. That's supposed to be a clean sweep, man. Now I gotta post that as a loss for us. All right, go ahead, Damon. Start us right back off going into week 2. We are heading to Green Bay for week 2, and we've actually I want to say we are 2-0 or 3-0 in our last 3 games versus Green Bay.
Yeah, 2 of those were in Green Bay. I'm running with this a dub. I'm giving us a dub here.
And I just want to let y'all know I'm writing this down. I'm gonna put it together differently later.
Yeah.
All right. Damon got us as a W for week 2. Got us starting out 1-1.
I do as
Jacob,
well.
Jacob, who are you saying that for? W but an L. Is that for week 1? Let us know. And then for week 2 against Green Bay, I got that as a loss. I'm putting that one
Really?
as a loss versus Green Bay. I'm gonna have us losing that game versus Green Bay. I think our secondary will still be working through some kinks. Really don't want to. I think we're gonna be riding high coming off a week 1 win versus Houston, going to Green Bay, and Jordan Love gonna show that he's gonna play pretty well. What you guys act for week 2 versus Green Bay?
Oh, I have us beating Green Bay in Green Bay
All
because
right, looks like all of us have the Colts starting 1-1, so we can have that down as a theme then. Appreciate you, Jacob. Yeah, I'm hoping your heart is right because I got it as a win personally. That's just me.
And then week 3 we got Chicago.
Yeah, week 3, Chicago is coming to Indy. What you got?
Oh, that's a win.
That's a win.
That's a dub. We beating the rookie.
All right, Dame. Oh no, it's me. Versus Chicago, I got that as a win.
Oh, let's go.
I got
Okay.
that as a win for the Colts, man. I think we're going to be Chicago. I think we're finally going to make a rookie look like a rookie.
Yeah.
Easy dub. Yeah.
Damon is also going with the W.
They're going to find Eberflus outside the stadium smoking a cigarette after the game. Looking like that Ben Affleck meme.
All right, Damon. What you got for week 4? We are. Oh no, Pittsburgh is coming back to Indianapolis for another game.
Got a dub. I got a dub here. That team, in my opinion, did not get better. Even with they got a quarterback, they're going to have a quarterback carousel, and when you have a roster like that with 2 guys that there's split parties about who's going to start. I know Russell's set to start this season, but you're always going to have issues within the front office in the team because of that. We got a dub.
Yeah, I'm hoping we play Russell Wilson as well. Oh, it is me. Yeah, I have that as a W. I would love to play against Russell Wilson. I think that'll be a much easier win for us. But yeah, I think either way, I think we are winning that game versus Pittsburgh. What you got, Zach?
We're absolutely going to win that game versus Pittsburgh at home because
right.
What Russell does.
So just so you guys know, Zach and Damon, you guys both have us on a 3-game winning streak. I have us winning on a 2-game winning streak, 2 out of the last 3. Yeah, go ahead, Zach. What you got?
That game in Jacksonville?
Going to Jacksonville.
That game in Jacksonville, that's a win. We're going to win it. We're going to get the monkey off the back. We're going to win that shit.
No way.
We're going to win that shit.
All right. So, yeah, this for me, man. I honestly, I want to say that the way it mapped out in my head is completely wrong because I thought that game was in Indianapolis. So this totally screws over how I thought this. I thought we were going to start 5-1, but there's no way I'm picking us to win in Jacksonville. I'm just over it. I'm dead. I mean, I'm not picking us to. I'm not picking us to win there until they prove me right. So I'm just
fair enough.
So yeah, I got us. After 5 weeks, I got us 3-2. Zach has us 4-1. Damon, what do you say about the Colts heading to Jacksonville week 5?
I got an L, and I get so sketched out when I see the Colts go to Jacksonville that I almost want Joe Flacco to start that week. That is evil. That is almost where I'm at. I don't even want AR to step on the field. Duval County is just cursed
Yeah,
for us at this moment, bro. I just get a really itchy feeling. I can't say I felt confident us playing there in 15 years. So
yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
don't.
go with the L here.
Yeah, I personally, I don't want Joe Flacco because I thought Minshew might have been able to deal with it since he played for Jacksonville, and all he did is go down there and try and throw 8 interceptions. So I
Oof.
don't. I mean, I don't. I don't know what. I don't think. I think if we had Patrick Mahomes, he
We'd
would
still
even
lose.
somehow play the worst game of his freaking career versus Jacksonville. I just don't know what it is. I'm over it. I hate it. I'm so sick of it. But go ahead, Damon. You got us at 3-2 right now. I have us at 3-2. Zach has us at 4-1. What you got us heading to Tennessee in week 6? What you got?
Oh, we winning in Tennessee. Like, that's a dub.
Oh, it's supposed to be Damon, but yeah, I'll
Oh,
take it down.
I
You
got a
got us
dub.
at
I got a dub there as well.
got us at a win. And then that's going to be a clean sweep for us because I'm going to also have that as a win for us as well. All right. Yeah, my cousin here is a Vikings fan. He's coming to Vikings going to the Super Bowl knowing damn well they ain't never getting nowhere near close.
if they start
And
McCarthy,
Chad is
hell
also
no.
if they start anybody, they ain't going nowhere. They just stink. They need to send us Justin Jefferson and save his career. That's what they need to do.
Damn.
And then we got we got week
Damn.
7. We got week 7. Zach Miami is coming to Indy. What you got?
I have that as an L. I think that
Louse.
Miami is. I think that they're tired of hearing the noise where they can only win indoors and domes and nice weather. So, like, I really think that they're actually going to, have something to prove. So, yeah, I have us losing to Miami this year.
Oh, not that game's going to be indoors in a dome. So
Yeah, but
that'll fit perfectly for him.
right.
And then I'm going to have that us versus Miami. I had that as a win. A win. I got us beating Miami. I think our defensive line will get to Tua, disrupt them, throw them all off. Tua don't like pressure. I think our pressure rate will finally look like what it's supposed to. I think we're gonna get after the Dolphins crazy.
I hope so.
I feel the exact same way. I feel like this could be a learning moment for a lot of our corners, and this could be a breakout game for one of them. I think that our offense will have no problem scoring against them. I think we have a heavy amount of running involved in the game plan. We could definitely take down Miami. I don't see them as the juggernaut that a lot of people would do. I think they looked really human last year after they put up a 2K number on Denver. So I think that we have a shot.
For sure, for sure. All right, Damon. And then we are going to Houston for week 8. What you got?
I got a dub. I got a dub here.
All right. Damon didn't have us getting swept.
I'll be boots on the ground at this game. So.
Oh, you going?
I go every time. Every time every time Indy's in Houston.
I didn't know you were winning every time.
Yeah. Bro, I was in the Hard Knocks episode.
Win.
You don't remember that, Zach?
Hell no, dog.
I sat 50 yards.
He said you were.
We'll talk.
I have to go back and rewatch that.
It's like when you expected somebody to co-sign your story and they'd be like, "Bro, you lied."
When JT went for when JT hit that 50-yard run and everybody started screaming MVP,
went for 250 or whatever it was.
When he started screaming MVP, look in the crowd, and I was part of those people.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll check it.
All right.
I'll go find it.
Week 8 at Houston.
That's
I got
dub.
the Colts. I got the Colts winning and sweeping Houston.
Oh, y'all are nice.
All right. Zach, you said win as well?
That's a win. I think we split 1-1. Win at home.
All right. Perfect. And then what you got us, Zach? Week 9.
That's
going to Minnesota.
That's Minnesota. I hope to God we see that rookie. I don't even know who the starter is. Sam Darnold.
It's either Sam Darnold or by week 9, I would expect that JJ McCarthy will be the starter.
Just roll the coverage over to JJ's side so he can't do nothing.
He still will have 350 yards.
and we'll get that dub. So,
All right. So Zach got us
Get that
winning
dub.
versus Minnesota. All right, perfect. And then as for me, I'm also gonna have the win versus Minnesota. You know, outside of their crazy comeback that we let them have because I didn't want to win that game anyway. We've been whooping Minnesota ass for years. So, yeah, CJ, you can say stop the cap all you want to, but Vikings, I mean, y'all. I mean, I like Kevin O'Connell. I think he's a good coach, but y'all, I don't know what y'all doing with that roster over there, man. Just send Jettis, man, and we'll let y'all have every win for the next 10 years. We'll let y'all have every single one for the next 10 years that we play y'all, which would probably be like 2 times. So, but yeah, just go ahead
I
and
can't
send
even
Jettis.
name anybody on that roster besides JJ.
Oh, come on, man.
No, don't do that.
No,
they got
Come
Jonathan.
on.
They got Jonathan Grenard. They got Jordan Addison.
Who?
They got
Who?
Jordan Addison. They got that boy. What's his name? Running back that was playing with Green
bad.
Bay. Aaron
They got-
Jones.
They got TJ
They got,
Hawkinson. That's
yeah,
right.
TJ
Okay.
Hawkinson.
Okay,
They
they,
got
do have
that.
Aaron Jones.
They got the best white safety in the NFL, man. They got that boy over there.
The best white safety in the NFL, not
Yeah.
Cooper DeJean.
How
Harrison
old?
Smith?
How old is Harrison Smith? How
Hey,
old
he's
is he
older
now?
than me, dog, and I'm old as dirt. So I'm like
No,
32.
Harrison
I'm pretty
Smith
sure
is,
he's like
he's like
I'm pretty
32.
sure he's like 34.
He's at least 34, 35. Yeah,
Yeah, he's
'cause
older than I am.
He was the class after Brady Quinn. He
I
was
remember
Jimmy
watching
Clausen era.
him at
Golden
Notre
Tate.
Dame in
Golden
college,
Tate.
bro.
That was Golden
Yeah.
Tate. That was Golden Tate's time. Yeah.
But yeah, man, they got him, man. They got some pieces of it, and they got my boy at linebacker who I wanted last year in the Colts draft.
Calvin Pace.
Yeah, Pace. I wanted Pace, man. So yeah, they got some players over there. I just think anytime you go to a rookie quarterback, I just don't really see the upside being there. You know, like you gotta. It's gonna take a lot for you to really be able to. Yeah, but
Ain't it still
That's
crazy
just
that
me.
I'm not gonna let this go. We legitimately tried to trade for Justin Jefferson this offseason.
I
No,
mean,
they called us.
I love it.
Minnesota called us.
We
No, they
legitimately we
Yeah,
called
they did.
them.
We called them.
Backwards. They didn't take our
We,
offer.
we called them, and they didn't want to take our offer because we didn't want to add in a third first round pick and have to pay Jettis.
I'd have done it,
I would
and I would have let him wear 18. I don't even care.
No, I wouldn't have did it.
I would let him wear
I wouldn't
88.
did it. I would have did a 2 first, but not 3. I'm not doing it.
Why not? I'd have done it.
Because I just feel like once you get to that third first, I just feel like you automatically jinx yourself. Give me any trade that had more than 2 first round picks that worked.
I'd have paid this. I'd have paid $104 million easy. He's one of 2 receivers worth it.
I would have paid
Easy.
$200 million. I don't give a damn.
Easy.
I don't. It's not paying him. It's paying y'all. I don't care
His
what we paid
QB
him.
money.
I would have paid him whatever he wanted. I didn't give a damn. You're not covering him. You're not covering
no.
Justin Jefferson. So I don't give a damn what we paid him. It's paying y'all. I don't want to pay another team. That's my thing.
Yeah.
All right, love you too, cousin. Be cool out there. But where we at? Damon, you are on the clock for Minnesota. What you got for that game?
We were dubbed across the board. We were dubbed across the board.
Right, cool,
We were moving on to Buffalo.
And then what you got for Buffalo? And that is
At home. That is at home.
That is at home.
Because I might be going to that game. I might be going to that game.
I don't think I like that.
I actually have that as a win.
I have that as a win too, bro. We match up against them really well at home.
And I think they take a step back this
They're going
year.
to take a step back, bro.
They lost too much defensively.
And offensive line.
Okay.
But they still got Josh Allen.
Damn. I got this as a loss. This is a loss for me. I got us losing to Buffalo. I don't really know why, but I got to losing to Buffalo. I feel like that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be scratching my head during that game, and I don't know why we lost, but
it's just one of those teams. Like we got to see it first. I feel like once we see them a couple times, we can feel it out because they're also in that weird spot. You talk about like Tennessee, where they added a bunch of dudes, and like they could be anywhere. They lost a bunch of dudes, but
so you got that as a win? Zach?
I do, yes. All
right, and then what you got for us versus New York Jets on Monday night? Just so everybody know.
Oh, I have us losing,
I do too.
Oh, you guys stink.
bro. It's called AA Ron Rodgers. I really think he's on a revenge tour this year.
We better
I
chill
got
out.
us.
'Cause we're gonna
I
get
got
that
us.
high blood
I
pressure.
got
when we
us.
watch
I
this.
got us. I got us winning. I got us winning. Last time we played Aaron Rodgers, we beat them. Julian Blackman with the
Yeah.
strip fumble on his receiver. We got the dub. I got
Matt's
us
gonna-
Jets.
Matt is going to be so mad. He's not
Matt's
even,
gonna be.
he's gonna be
pissed.
nonverbal. He's gonna be, ooh.
I'm gonna get tagged at like 3 a.m. The fuck is this shit, dude?
All right. So go ahead, Damon. What do you got for us versus Detroit? Week 12.
I got this as a loss.
Ooh,
I got
you got
this as
us
a
losing
loss.
back-to-back games.
I do, because this is the part of the year where the Colts do stuff like this. You know what I mean? And I think this is Detroit. You want to talk about Super Bowl or bust? Flat out, in my opinion. They did nothing but get better. Um, I think this could be a hard matchup for us defensively. So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I agree. I have us losing. It's time to burn the Indiana Knights uniforms because Colts can't win in them. So you got to burn them. You got to burn them because I really think they'll lose to Detroit.
Just
wearing
give us
those
blue face
unis.
masks,
All
bro.
right.
Just give us blue
And
face
then
mask.
yeah, this is a clean sweep. I got us also losing to Detroit. So
They're gonna have to burn that uniform because they can't win in it.
so as of right now, we are heading to the last quarter of the season. Damon, you have us at what's that? You have us at 8-4. Zach, you got us also at 8-4. And wouldn't you know, I also have us at 8-4.
That's healthy.
All right.
That's a healthy record, I think. From
All right. So Damon, what you got for us? New England.
dub. This team's
Yeah.
not going to be good.
Yeah.
It's the
I
worst team in
also have
football.
that as a W. Zach, what you got?
That's a dub. Yeah.
All right. And then we have week 14. Finally get to our bye week. And then we head to Tennessee.
Pause.
Zach,
We don't have
what
a
you-
bye until week 14.
Yeah.
Nope. Not until
It's
week
back-to-back
14.
years, bro.
Every year they do this to us. But
For
I heard that the coach chooses the bye. So I'm not 100% certain on that. But I guess that's what we choose as far as I know. But Damon, what you got for us versus Denver coming off a bye? Bo Nix is the quarterback.
Denver could be a really interesting team because I feel like, in my humble opinion, Bo Nix might end up being the best rookie quarterback out the bunch. And I don't want to be called crazy for saying that either. So I have this as a dub, but I think this is going to be a shootout.
Okay. I also have this as a dub, but I am not as optimistic about Bo Nix. I think we win this one handedly. Just think the Broncos are kind of going in the opposite direction and kind of just chose a quarterback that they feel is going to fit Sean Payton. And I feel like people don't give enough credit to Drew Brees and think that if you could just replace him with Bo Nix, you're going to be okay. Zach, what you got?
no, that's a dub. I think it's gonna be easy win, blowout.
All right. Okay. And then we got us at home versus Tennessee for week 16. What you guys at?
That's a win. That's a clean sweep of Tennessee.
You got a win versus Tennessee. And then I also have this as a win versus Tennessee. So that's us sweeping them as well. And Damon, what you got versus Tennessee?
Same thing.
Got a win. All right, cool. And Damon, what you got versus New York Giants? We are heading to New York for week 17, and the time still hasn't been decided.
I think that we got to have a get back game against them after how they did us a couple years back. Whenever they're dancing, whenever they hit stick 2.0 with Sam Ellinger, and we're dancing around them. Or was that Nick Foles?
It was Nick Foles.
We got to have a get back game with them. I think they're going to end up being one of the worst teams in football too. So I think we win this game.
All right, so Damon got us as a win versus New York New York Giants. Then Zach, or no, it's me.
Yeah.
So New York Giants. This should be a win, but man. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say we lose to New York. This is another. I don't know why the Colts do it to us. They give us another loss. We lose to New York. What you got,
Yeah.
Zach?
I have them winning.
All right, we have a win. All right, last game of the season. What you got versus Jacksonville?
That's a win. 5-1 in the division.
Win.
I told you, 5-1 in the division this year, division champs.
5-1 in the division. Yeah, I also had us at 5-1 as well. That's a win there. And that's the only team we did not sweep in the division. Damon, what you got?
Dub.
All right. Looks like we got, let me see what we got here. I have the Colts at 12-5.
Yep. I have the Colts at
Zach,
12-5.
you got. You had them at 13-4 here.
Who were my 4 losses? Houston, Miami.
You had Houston, Miami, New York, and Detroit.
Yeah, those would be it. My bad. Yeah.
4. And then, Damien, you also had the same 4 losses. Or not the same 4 losses, but 4 losses.
That might be my best
13
record
4.
I've ever gave the Colts. You know what I mean?
Yeesh.
I feel like I'm usually pretty critical, man. But yeah,
What a difference a year makes.
yeah, I'm still concerned. I'm still concerned about that defense, though, bro. But
I'm not. I'm concerned with safety, but I think our
yeah,
corners are fine. I think our D line is excellent. I think our defense,
I want
the
this.
most.
Go ahead.
I think our
Go ahead.
linebackers are our linebackers. So, like, to
Yeah,
me,
I mean,
it's just finding a safety, getting a vet, and then letting it play out.
here's my thing. I hate to even bring this up because we always go here in every episode, and it's always us 3, bro. It's always us 3. If you know safety is a weak point, why do you not address it now? Why do you wait until week 3 and we get burnt for 200 yards over the middle? Why do you wait? Address it now, bro.
Because Ballard's a reactionary GM. He wants to see it before he goes out and does something like that. He don't want to spend useless money on a vet and never play him.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely ridiculous as well. We
do
this every we do this every season. We've done it with receiver, we've done it with quarterback, we've done it with left tackle, we've done it with DB. Literally any position that you could think of that was a major need that everybody in their grandma who's never watched football before could tell you that this position was the weakest on the field, and we always wait a year too long to address it. I don't know why we do it. I wish we would get it solved, but it's terrible. I'm gonna actually have to change one of my picks because I had us at 11-6. I had this come out to 12-5, but I'd have to see just because I'm looking at some of the schedule and I don't know, dude. We went 12 games. I'm going to be unhinged if we win 12 games. Like,
dude, I think it's a real possibility.
But
I think anything less than 11 is a failure,
I had us.
in my opinion.
I had us at 11, but I had us going 5-1 in the division. So I don't see.
We could be a wild card at 11-win team.
Yeah.
We better not from the wild card. We better win the goddamn division. That's what I got. Actually, no. It's going to be a mix because I had us and Houston at 11-6. So winning the division comes down to the end of the season again. So that's where I had it at. It's going to be a mixed bag, man. I think the season is going to be filled with some treats, man. I'm just hoping that if we can get this accurately, I mean, hell, last year, what was it? Last year we all thought that we might not be as good. And then we kind of turn that into something. And so hopefully this year we trend up again. I think health would depend upon a lot of it, and then clearly secondary. But I think with the pressure and the sacks that we'll be able to put on quarterbacks this season, I think we'll be much better than haters may say. And then Jacob saying here, I would be over the moon with 13-4. Hell, I'd be ecstatic with 11-6. So, yeah, that's about where I got us in that range. Um, I think that we should be a very, very good football team. And I think, I mean, again, the way these predictions shook out, I was not expecting myself to
Some of my
come out with
notes,
to come out with 12.
I have us 16-1. Um, with the only loss to Houston, but that was just off the cuff. That's what I wrote down before we started the episode.
Yeah, y'all
But
wait. Everybody wait till next August whenever Zach Davis's New York Times bestselling book, The Greatest Show on Turf, the 2024 Indianapolis Colts,
hey,
comes
bro,
I
out.
mean, I mean,
He's
it's
gonna he's
crazy.
gonna he's
It's
gonna narrate
crazy to
America's game.
It's crazy to think about it though, because it's like when you look at the Detroit game after that one, like
I don't
there
see
could
us losing a
literally
game
be
after that one.
yeah, there could literally be a point where we don't lose. Like I just put that one on there for New York. We're at
Yeah,
home versus Jacksonville. We typically split with them, and then Tennessee. Like I said, I mean it could go either way for them, but I do think we sweep them either way. They got a rookie head coach. I think that's something tough to deal with. Um, and then you got Denver, New York. I think both of those teams won't be very good. New England, I think they won't be good. Like in Jacksonville, like I think that's crazy. Like we could end up going 5-0 down the stretch and be one of the hottest teams in football
and
over the year.
realistically, if you really look at it, I truly think that schedule there's guaranteed two losses, like two legitimate losses early on. You could lose to Houston week 1, you can lose to Green Bay week 2, and then after that you can sweep out essentially until you hit the bye week. And you could be like, wow, Colts took care of business and handled their business. I just look at it like the first two games to me are the two toughest games before week 8 on the schedule. And the only reason why I don't think the Colts will lose in Jacksonville this year is because I think Shane is motivated because that was his worst game he called as a coach. I think that's one of the things he wants as a coach, and he's personally motivated by is getting better in that way.
I do also think that third quarter though is a tough stretch for us though. We play Houston, and then we play Minnesota, Buffalo, New York, and Detroit. I think that's a tough stretch for us there. So if we can get through that stretch, all of us had the Colts going 2-2 within that stretch. So if we get through that stretch and we can play some good football, that would be crazy, dude. To go 2-2 and then finish the season 5-0 if we can make that possible. And we know how the Colts are, man. The Colts always give us cardiac seasons for absolutely no reason. But
Right.
like I said, we had through that last quarter of the season 2-2. All of us, literally, all of us went 2-2, and then we basically all had the Colts finishing either 5-0 or 4-1. Crazy.
I mean, we also could end up going 8-9 this year, and we'd be like, dude, what the hell? Like, I mean, that's the thing. Like, Indianapolis is so bipolar here recently. We just don't know.
I would really hope not. I think the only way that we would go 8-9, we'd have to lose at least 3 players that were crucial to this team. Like I
Which we did
really,
last year.
yeah,
I mean, that or
I
dudes
don't.
just don't perform this year. Like defensively, Buckner gets old and shows his age.
Pitt takes a step
Um,
back.
Pitt takes a step back, and then safety is a big problem. And Ballard's stubborn and refuses to mess with it. There we go, another sub 500 year.
I
You know,
still don't. I still don't think it's a possibility. I don't know, man. Even our bad years with Frank, we were still floating around 7 years outside of that 1 year with Matt Ryan. Like
Oh,
I just don't like. I really don't see that. Even if we were as average could be, I think like 8-9 wins is totally feasible. It's just totally tough to say. Like, I think we'd have to lose AR, JT, Latu, Mitchell, Pittman, Kenny Moore, and Buckner for us to like really slip. Like that's a lot of players.
You're right. I think it'll take a hot minute. Yeah, a lot for us to actually lose and fall off like that. But that's why they play the games. Hopefully it don't happen. Hopefully it don't work like that.
Yeah, we need them to stay on there. Jacob Hillenbrand saying here, if AR stays healthy, if AR stays on the field, the Colts will be the most electric offense in the NFL. Not sure how you will stop that with JT2. AD is going to extend the field. I expect him to have a big impact.
And we saw Josh Downs go for 700 yards with a backup.
And he missed a couple games, and he was hurting with a knee all year.
Josh Downs is a beast, bro. He gets open and he has hands. So, I'm excited about this wide receiving core. I really am.
Man, it's been a long time since I've been excited about our receiving core. It's been a long time since I've been excited about our receiving core. I can't even really think back and try to remember some cores that it was I actually think that we could be good.
I do too. It's been a minute since the Colts have been this talented. And I truly feel like the last time they were this talented, they were 14-1 and we lost when we wanted to. I mean, that's just
we're talking about that 09 season.
Yeah.
That game that was the best Colts team I ever saw in my life. Ever.
That's been the best Colts team I've ever witnessed.
Because we weren't beating people by 10 points. Beating people by 30, 40 points.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Chad is saying he doesn't lose 6 max. Jacob says true. And Chad also says Colts win weeks 1. I'm glad you with me, Chad, because my guys here, they both had us losing week 1, but I got us finally getting over the hump. And again, I think this will probably be the year that we actually get to see what this team has the capability to do. Even though many people are sleeping on it, I think we'll be really good. Really good. You guys had anything else to add to that?
No, sir.
Oh, what the hell? This thing is tripping out on Instagram. But all right, man. Appreciate everybody for coming through. That was our prediction. We're gonna try and get as many as we can on here for you guys. We're gonna try and do a season prediction, predict everybody's records throughout the NFL, and then I guess that'll kind of tie into some defensive predictions and whatnot. So we'll see how that goes. But appreciate everybody who came in tonight. Appreciate a few of the new names that we saw here tonight. Appreciate everybody. Thank y'all for sticking with us and coming through. We had some questions if everybody might be busy and stuff like that. But appreciate everybody who come through, stuck with us. Appreciate everybody. And as always, let's go
Colts.
Second down, he fakes the Taylor, fires over the middle, completes. Pittman